Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I've been actually waiting for quite a while to get to try this. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes game fan. There's not many of, there's only a few games in the series that I don't like, and even the ones I don't like, I kind of like, mostly. Like, it's a touch and go with a couple of the games, but mostly they're really good. Even the ones that are iffy, I think are quite just fun to play and atmospheric to go through, so let's find out and see what happens. So yeah, I have played about a minute of this to check some audio stuff, so this is actually a blind playthrough in practicality. So here we are. Yeah, and that's what that means. A mother's love. Ask the receptionist about my room. Interesting. Looks like a boat. Ooh.
Ginger.
What if he has...
That's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John.
Do people cough when they have seasickness?
Brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time.
Cordona.
The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy?
Mm-hmm.
Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
That's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a
The
feeble
bubbles
excuse
and
to
the...
avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do
in the
this.
screen look really
Enough
weird
of the
in this,
self-pity
like...
and doubt. So we're a little
like they
late.
float
What
where
of
they...
it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her
Like,
in
even
the
there,
morning.
it's
It'll
weird.
be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand
Or
in
whatever
your way.
those are. They look like vague bubbles.
Ah, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
Uh-huh. He does seem like a very different boy than as he is an older man. He has more of he's less stoic, at least in this. Looks visually nice. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, it's the smoking man, and there's surely no other smoking men in the 1860s, 70s. Ooh, we have a water fountain. That was very exciting, or an excited water fountain rather. But. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sherry. Come on, catch up.
Hey, Sherry.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. Looks pretty good. Use LS, press A to interact. Right. Oh, and for the sake of for the sake of argument, or for the sake of information, the game said in the when I booted the thing up before the main menu that this depicts like ethnic and so on, like racial, possibly sexual identity stereotypes that were from like the bygone era or so on. They were wrong then and are wrong now, but instead of pretending that they were never a thing, they are depicted as a thing to... and then I couldn't read it quickly enough to say what the rest of it said, but I would guess it's something along the lines of as a reflection of a bygone era or something like that, probably, you know. The usual stuff. So yeah, if you see like a minorities being treated wrongly, then that's
Welcome
not the
to
game
El
like
Palazzo
condoning
Deluso,
it. It's
sir.
just because it's the 1860s or so on. Ooh. That is a big map. I don't know like what that actually like where do I actually go and or can I walk and so on, but that is a big map. I like maps. Maps are cool. Casebook. I arrived at Cordona, the island where I spent my childhood, accompanied by my only friend, John. It is late evening, but I have a room booked at the Hotel Il Palazzo del Lusso. I simply need to check in with the receptionist. It seems as if I must spend a night here before I can visit my mother's grave. Okie dokie. And it seems like the case is indeed a mother's love. Or, wait. It could be the story chapter and the case could be different. We'll see how it, like, well, I don't know yet.
Welcome to Il Palazzo del Lusso, sir. We just need your signature.
Il Palazzo del Lusso. Thank you for the pronunciation guide right there. What, Italian? It isn't exactly,
Would you kindly sign these papers, sir?
There you are.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you.
Aw.
I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
I like the architecture though. Oh, and the ceiling has like a star. Funny story. Well, man, just it reminds me of like anecdotally of like this news article I read very recently about like the Freemason Society of Finland, where there's like, I think there was 2 different Freemason. I don't know the word in English. Let's say houses for lack of a better term that are officially recognized, and the one in Turku maybe Turku or Tampere. I think it was Turku maybe. Has like a ceiling that depicts like the star constellations of the day when that house of the Freemasons was founded. I thought, and they had like lights coming through. I thought it was a very, very cool idea. I don't know. It's me and my tangents of nonsense. I'm sorry. I got reminded of that somehow. Staff only. Well, what if I'm holding my staff in a very rigid position and then just ha and you shall not pass. Okay. You can run. That's good. Oh, he has like a book thing on his. You know, I could almost see that sort of like a waste book thing becoming like a retro fashion statement quite easily. That looks kind of steampunky cool. And that huge chain on the other end. I kind of like his outfit, actually. He looks pretty good. I could wear this like any day. I like it. This is a really good looking boy. I like it. I want that outfit. Dark rituals at the graveyard. And so right after I turned the corner, I saw him, the necromancer. He started to nervously look around, but I quickly hid behind a gravestone. Common sense told me to run, but my duty to you, my readers, was more important than the risk to my own life. Luckily, the vampire did not notice me, and continued his devilish ritual. He raised a woman from her grave, and ordered her to kill 2 men who were close by. Then they kissed and made unholy love in her freshly unearthed coffin. It lasted for hours, but when the moon became low in the sky, they turned into bats and flew away. I managed to obtain a few photographs of the victims. Unfortunately, these were confiscated by the police. Okie dokie. Also, I really like it when there's paintings in games. They add a lot of like a character and just a vibe of both a sense of place and a sense of like just this decorative atmosphere of like what these people in this world could be looking at. I don't know why it just appeals to me. I could be wrong, but I think this painting or something very close to it was in Sherlock Holmes' Nemesis, the one with Arsène Lupin. Something at least very similar was in that one. There was an art gallery thing, and it's a whole thing. I don't know if these are actual paintings, but they look like they probably are. I've seen one that's very similar to this one, but it's not the exact same one. I wonder if this is like from Pompeii, or like, is that like Mount Vesuvius, or what? Bartender!
Would you like a drink, sir?
Always.
Would you like a drink, sir?
But you didn't offer me a drink. I can't ask for a drink. How dare you? Like, no kidding. I really like this outfit. I need to lose about 4 kilos of weight and then get this outfit and just wear it every day. I think I've found the, well, sure, maybe I like a pair of pants that are like about 3 times as wide and heavier shoes, but still, I like it. I have a sort of a waistcoat that's in the ballpark of that, or sorry, no, not the coat, the vest. I'm rusty today, but yeah.
Pardon, monsieur, but I am not in the mood to talk.
But you just talked already. Haha, I have you in a box now. Now we have to have the... Ooh, cheese. Interesting. It is a bear and a mouse. I like these paintings. They're pretty cool. See, I'm not the expert on like old fruits and vegetables and so on, but that strikes me as one of those paintings that may be showing an old fruit or vegetable, like, you know, red onion, whatever, that shows it in a state where it was less optimal than in our day. Like, the same thing happens in watermelons, where if like there's old paintings of like watermelons where there's basically like these small pockets of the fruit meat, or how you would like to call it, and it's like a lot of just this crust of blah, you know. But then over time of crossbreeding watermelons, we have created the actual watermelon we know that's like all fruit meat, you know. So it looks kind of like that. It reminds me of that. I find it like it's an interesting notion when talking about like gene manipulated foods, you know, when people say that they are from the devil, we will all get like eye cancer and throat AIDS from it, and it's just like we've been crossbreeding foods forever. It's just a similar thing but slightly more effective, you know. But it's not like that unheard of. No one wants to talk to me here. I'm exploring, it's interesting. I'm sorry, I'm taking my time here. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. Oh, the band is ooh. That's a I didn't even think of like the music being like an actual like in-universe thing, but the band is actually that's a pretty good touch. I like it. I like it. Oh, and yeah, so right here. So who's gonna get murdered? We just need to. Who are we guessing is gonna be the victim number 1? Man, those paintings are really cool though. That looks like it could be Da Vinci, but I'm not gonna be sure yet.
Whoa, what a breathtaking man. Whoa, what a breathtaking man.
Who's speaking? I'm pretty sure that wasn't Sherlock. And John Watson is not in the room. Is he a ghost? Is John Watson a ghost? Is his friend John an imaginary friend who's not actually here? Imagine that being a thing, actually. What if that actually, I just, as a joke, I just like called it immediately.
Those are the sharp eyes of a man with a bright mind. Almost like mine.
Again, like, he's not speaking.
Those are the sharp eyes of a man with a bright mind. Almost like mine.
And the voice is coming from the right side of my speakers here, as in from Sherlock's left. So there's supposed to be someone about there, and there's not. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. Stress smoking. I can relate. I just don't smoke, but I can still try to relate. It's... Oh, hello. Oh! A letter lost in the hotel. Dear James, I read your treatise on the binomial theorem with great interest, and although some parts of it still remain unclear for me, I must say that you have done an impressive amount of research. I strongly recommend you publish as soon as possible, for I anticipate a great and wide practical usage of your method as soon as it becomes known. Sincerely yours, Professor Gilbert. So do I... So do I like need to bring the letter to someone, or it's very exciting when I find something. Oh, I see. Okay, I think what the game was trying to do, John was talking from here, and I was hearing him exactly one floor above, and the game was positioning John on only the horizontal axis from me, but not in the vertical sense. So he was like really far away, but the voice was still coming from as if he was right next to me, just on a different floor. Cool. Alright, let me do a quick ground check. Nothing super obvious on the... Ooh, lovely cane. Can I have one? No, like, obvious letters or so on beyond that. Okay, so, yeah, 221. Which, Haha! Hello.
I apologize, sir, but your room is not yet ready.
I will...
Perhaps, in the meantime, you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Listen.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Listen, you can rub your face in the marlin ceviche, and I want to go to my bed and have a rest. I'm not that, just fussy about being completely clean. I just want to lay back and read my magazine of what was a thing in 1860s. Not my Donald Duck magazine from the future, from 100 years into the future. Yes. I'm so confused at how my body works. Somehow I can feel tired even though I have been sleeping for 8 to 12 hours every night. Just makes no sense. Yeah, same here. I don't know what's up with that. My girlfriend also just wonders about the same thing, because sometimes I'm completely awake with basically either completely no sleep or about 2 hours of sleep. And then on different days, I sleep the normal 8, and it's a coin flip again, like tired or no tired. And sometimes I sleep 12 hours, and again, coin flip. It's just, who knows? Indeed. Do I... Haha. Yes, Marlin...
Hey, Sherry. Just our luck.
Man, John just speaks from his ankle or something. It's... Incredible Luca Gallici, the friend of spirits.
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
Really? He has a notepad with ink blots.
Excuse me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galich is conducting a séance at the moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why?
Pardon me?
Why should I sit for a portrait?
Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world?
That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. You do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind.
Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder.
That depends again. You gotta be careful about the concept of truth. It's
mediocrity.
Friendly.
Come now, Sherry. What did he do to deserve that? The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
Well, yeah. So yeah, Sherlock may be a less stoic man, at least in the beginning, than in the previous games. As a now he's a younger boy, but he sure is rude. But that's Sherlock Holmes, I suppose. Like, I pretty much have been sleeping in the same amount as I have been awake, and it just makes no sense, even though I can sleep. Yeah, same here. I can't get around to how my sleeping works, but I guess we can only just hope that it eventually just evens out. I kind of oh. Turkish teacher, friendly, nostalgic. If you say so. Cordonian aristocrat, sympathetic, lived in wet climate. Since when are aristocrats sympathetic? I call BS on that immediately. Also, I'm not an expert on, like, 1860s Cordonian fashion or anything, but I don't think that strikes me as aristocrat. I'm I'm just saying. Like, the one thing that he might be wealthy is that he's in here at all, maybe. That's fine, but... Well, I suppose aristocrat is not necessarily rich. At least... sure. Still. Weird. Like, there's not even, like, a signet ring or anything like that. No, oh well. He's Sherlock, I'm not. Maybe let's not, like, question him immediately on the points of that. Hope so, can't really keep on going like this till the end. From a month or so. Yeah. It's... when I have those issues, it just eventually evens out when I, sort of... It usually works for me when I both manage to keep sleeping enough and possibly maybe eat a little bit more varied and not just like eat garbage, you know, like put stuff in microwave and that's completion. Yes. You know, so that could be a helpful thing. And if possible, it can also help if one just goes outside, does some walking and just like get your mind getting some oxygen. It feels really stupid. It feels like the world's most frustrating advice, like go outside, go for a walk. But it's really annoying that it's actually kind of usually works. So it's I hate that too, but it oftentimes makes it a little bit easier. Not that day, but like on an average vibe, it should. It's at least not gonna hurt. Unless your shoes are bad and then your feet hurt, but that's different. Because I had that the other day, it was not fun.
Can't imagine why John still believes in such foolery.
Because John is dead. Dun, dun, dun. Can we take crystal ball? Also, those candles are a fire hazard. Look at that. That's just gonna melt through and just burn the whole thing. Wow. Look at that. That is just... That is asking for... I'm pretty sure that medium is running, like a fire insurance scam or something. Jesus. For me, it might be the stuff I eat. It's really not the healthiest. Yeah, I often, I often like very recently, I realized that when I start feeling really, really bad, in like a mental way that I like no energy, no nothing. I oftentimes realize that I have been going on for like a week with very, very one-sided food that's just garbage. Like, this one time I ate for, I think, 1.5 weeks, almost exclusively, really, the cheapest garbage liver casserole from, like, these boxes. And it really has an effect. Like, it's not gonna make you feel good. It's edible, it's gonna get you, you know, from A to B, but the mind just starts breaking down. It's, ugh. And similarly, sometimes when I only eat, like, bread with some random stuff on top that's always the same, if that goes on for, like, more than a week, that really starts to have an effect on what my brain can do. Like, if I have any energy to, like, exist, it really does make a difference. Like, so yeah. Step 1, sleep enough. Step 2, go buy and prepare something that you know you enjoy eating. Like, good sleep, good food, good, you know, oxygen. Like outside for a minute, get it in, and just there. Like, those 3 things usually fix a lot of stuff when it comes to, lack of gasoline in your mind. It's not a be-all, end-all, like depression is depression and such, but like it does like make a difference. And it's really annoying that actually just it works. It's not a magic pill or anything, but it does help. I kind of forgot what I was supposed to do. Receptionist. Wait for the seance. Table. Okay. Running on the cheapest stuff I can, which my health won't like. But yeah, I understand. So like how again, this is like, hi, I'm making like weird recommendations, but like if you can go check in your nearest like big grocery store, check if they have anything that's good that they're like discounting due to like expiration date or so on. It might be surprisingly cheap, and it might solve your problem at least for the short term. Like recently I bought like it's like a pretty cheap but not the cheapest good tasting pizza to put in the oven from like the expiration date sale. So it's actually in the end pretty cheap food, but it's multiple magnitudes better for the taste and for the vibes of eating than like the cheapest garbage, you know? And it really makes a difference, I find. Okay, so apparently the game wants me to find a specific table, so table. This table. No.
Pardon, monsieur.
Pardon,
But I am
monsieur.
not in the mood to talk.
Okay.
The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table.
Oh.
I'm starving.
Right. Okay.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
Right. Man, John is a teleporter. Jesus. Wow. He's creepy John, or like he's creepy Watson, or all over again. He just teleports around the room. Jesus, that like I'm pretty sure he's.
Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
Uh-huh. I have a... I'm sorry... He's probably not, but I have a feeling that's actually an imaginary friend. He's moving so weird. I don't know.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
Are you dead? Or are you a person? Or are you... yeah, I have a feeling. What do you have in mind?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Ah, so it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Uh-huh. Be an option, had a working car. The big stores are quite far. Don't feel like walking all the way in the back with a bunch of... Yeah, sure.
Deliver it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know, we all have to vent every once in a while. It's no biggie. Okay.
The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon.
Javanese. Oh boy, it's been a hot minute since I've seen it. Oh boy, was Java like... Ew. God damn. My mind suggests Indonesian, but I could be wrong. I don't remember anymore. It's been a lot of times since I've heard the word Java.
A crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow, perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows, or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place. The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner.
Okie dokie.
All right. I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
The lost cane can ask bystanders about a piece of evidence, press open the casebook, pin the evidence with X, and then speak to someone. Try it with the cane. Okay, hold on, so... Nearest big store is 4 kilometers away and is mini money. Okay, yeah, that's so it's basically the same as the like back and forth big store in my case, basically. Yep, I get that, sure. But it's for future reference, it's good to have something in maybe storage then later if a similar problem of not having mined gasoline occurs, because I just I kind of had or have had that problem as well, and it's like it really sucks, but in the end we are the one person who can do something about it. It's really annoying, but that's kind of what it is. I mean, it's not our fault, but I mean, it's like, you know, that's like, it's at some point we have to like think of like, okay, what are the things that we cannot do, and instead of then focusing on those and like trying to argument to ourselves of like, okay, I can't do this because this, and I can't do this because of this, then I just like, okay, what can I do? Like, what are the things I can do, and then try to materialize those choices to improve our quality of life in that moment. Yeah. Not that long, just lazy, but surely we'll use some resources from fruit to be good to say. Oh, sure, and it's like, again, there's no need to, like, you know, 4 kilometers is a hike. Like, there's no reason to like call oneself lazy for that. It is a hike. It's longer than I'd like as well, and I probably couldn't get that done because I have enough nerve pain to not do that. So. Okay. It's a little bit of a... Scroll, place, history, diary, collectibles, options. I'm kind of like trying to... And also the newspaper didn't have a date on it, that's annoying. I'm just trying to... That one then? Okay. Bartender? At least he's a hotspot. Hello.
Would you like a drink, sir?
No. Icon indicates HUD pin evidence without opening the casebook. If it's going to the case, scroll through evidence. Pin the evidence is concerned. The casebook. See what evidence might be necessary. Okay, this game seems more complicated than I thought it would be, but that's fine. I appreciate that. Okay, but who can I talk to is a really important little bit of a detail here, because not a... Oh, hello.
Excuse me, just one question.
You are fortunate to ask me, because I know that.
Huh? There were 3 people at the table, a couple and a retired Navy officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going out the front garden for some air.
Well,
I have
even
to
with your
find
keen
him.
senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Press server, consider review the target. Don't forget to pin the relevant data and some clues, some visual data. Try to. Okay. Swedish lawyer. Okay. This real now. I was thinking, like, what does this remind me of? It reminds me a little bit of like Watch Dogs, but it gave these like small like details of like what are the people's like professions and so on. Cordonian lawyer, xenophobic. Okay, so I also checked a little bit of the achievements, and almost all of them are missable. It would require me to walk this game with a walkthrough in my face all the time, so it's not a really good option. Suffering from dysentery. Well, there we are. French singer, syphilitic. Well, I guess it's good to have a keen eye for that then. Oh boy, but yeah, afraid of heights. Okay. Had firearm practice. Sleeps on stomach. Greek secretary. French noble, pretentious perfume. Yeah. Greek actress, sympathetic, conservative. What is conservative in like 1860? That's really conservative and probably like, I demand everyone to have the death sentence. Okay. Ban everything. Crimean diplomat. Auditor. Okay. Kenyan cook plays poker. I'm because she's working as like a cleaner. I'm kind of like wondering why cook, because she's not doing cook's work. Like I suppose she could be like trained as a cook, and then like could have then been hired here later as a housekeeper, cleaner, whatever. Still, I don't know. Kenyan cook just sounds odd in that context though. Like it's very unsure about that one. That's for damn sure. Give us a quick second. Here we go. Right. So, hello you.
Someone left their cane at my table. I suspect he will want it back.
My apologies, sir, but I wouldn't know how to identify its owner.
So the simplest option ended in failure. That's irritating.
No, what is irritating is you trying to break the rules of my game, Sherry. Don't be so lazy.
There. I knew that achievement because I tried to look for them a little bit, but I just... Again, they're all missable, so... There's really no point. I'll need to do this game on my own a second go with a walkthrough later. RP to concentrate. This is a really, really slow burn game, though. But I like it that, though. That's fine. But I just... We've been at this for an hour at this stage, and not much has happened. Well... I mean, I've been, you know, taking the long way around this, but still. Well, he's a retired military officer. That's the closest one thus far, I think. My guy. Albanian diplomat and what? Oh, God. Jeez, come on. Suffering from food poisoning. He looked pretty calm to be that. Cordonian artist. And... Greek pharmacist. Another dysentery. Nighthawk. Is that like a night owl, but a different word for that? The game that makes your brain... Yeah, and I appreciate that. I like detective games, and I was actually worried when I started. I was worried if this game would, like, play itself, you know? At least it makes you work a little bit. I like it, because there's too many detective games that kind of, like, solve itself for you, and I kind of don't like it, you know? The balance is hard to find, but this is so far in the right direction. Turkish artist, flat-footed. Okay, I'm gonna go for the military officer then. He looks basically English. And that's the best guess well, Irish, but still.
Is this familiar to you?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Yay! Victory! The Navy officer, Mr. Rhodes, was sitting at our table with a noble couple. The men talked about yachting, and the lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside, and her husband forgot to take it when they went to meet the medium. Now I have a perfect excuse to enter the seance room.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
Oh, so it wasn't his, it's just he has information. Alright. Alright. Here comes Deckard Cain.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am?
James Bond. Or, no, sorry. Sherlock Holmes.
Hey, boy, that's my cane.
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Observe. Give me a minute, I'll just look you really deeply in the eyes for a hot minute here. Red face, swollen reddish skin. So he's a really, really drunk boy. Expensive and new clothes, rich and fashionable. I wouldn't know what's an expensive clothing in that era, it seems, because it looks vaguely normal to me, like very, smart casual. I don't know. Head of garlic doesn't wear a wedding ring. Yeah, but that's kind of what I was looking for in the dude in the receptionist room. That it was like an aristocrat. Like there was no signet ring, which I would imagine most would. Well. He has no socks. What kind of a barbarian wears no socks in just a random ass piece of flat shoes that sink into the floor? Ew. Ew. I don't know, I'm more confused about how thin the toes are. Yep, that's fair. Slightly red knuckles recently hit someone with force. Or with the force. Maybe he's a Sith, and he uses the force to hit people. You never know when things get heavy with that. Judging by the heraldic emblem on his signet ring and cane, I can be fairly certain that this man is Lord Craven, a bored, rich English nobleman who travels around Europe squandering his money. His florid face indicates that he has problems with alcohol. He is still physically strong and healthy, but in a few years' time he'll be wretched. Being constantly drunk, he has issues with his temper. His red knuckles reveal that he has severely beaten at least one person quite recently. He has anger issues mixed with alcohol and right. Contrariety. I've seen different versions of that word, but not that one before. Contrariety. Yeah. I've heard the word contrarian a million billion times, but contrariety, that's cool. Could make him a violent person. Oh, it's like options. A noble Englishman in the habit of visiting resorts to receive treatment for his liver malady. His florid face indicates that he has succumbed to the temptation of a drink, a few shots of alcohol. Perhaps he was unsettled by the seance. By his red knuckles, I presume that he takes boxing lessons. Oh, sure. There's a dude bleeding from his nose. I'm going to boxing lessons. It's fine. So you can choose wrongly, it seems. Already annoyed by the disappearance of his cane, he is now infuriated by the theft of a diamond, unsurprisingly. I mean, it's surely the drunken ass who is an ass, right? I mean, it could be considered as a boxing lesson. Yeah, sure. Like, if... Like, well, he'll just contact his solicitor, and just it'll end up being a boxing lesson.
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything I needed to know. I was after a strong, middle-aged man with a keen interest in adventure, noble blood, and affection for strong drink. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. That's me, Lord Andrew Craven. You are the real medium. You hear that, Emma? Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Bonds.
And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this.
Okie dokie. What happened at the seance, or tell me about the... I'm honestly more interested in the diamond, though. I don't really... I'm like Holmes in the sense that I don't care about seances, so...
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a seance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Oh, no.
A crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
Okay. Well, we can ask this as well. What happened at the seance?
You insist the medium robbed you during the seance. But what occurred exactly?
Ah! It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands, as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
Okie dokie then. Plus a little bit highlight interesting areas in the environment. Around the U, disability must recharge before it can be used again. Okay, so the yellow dots are the... Okay, cool. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details about the world around you. When you see a scribbled white circle, press RB to observe the object more closely. Oval Grove.
The diamond was placed on the table so that all participants could reach it.
104 carats, 1.3 inch diameter. I don't speak Imperial. Inch means nothing to me. Why don't these people speak in sensible metrics?
Half a glass of Balblair Scotch and the remains of a poor Laranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need?
A Donald Duck magazine, I told you.
This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Oh, come on.
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
Shh. Ooh, butterfly. Okay.
This brooch is old and cheap, but the moth design has its charms.
Can I... Right. I was like... Yeah, I was wondering about, like, why is the thing, like, still in black and white? Okay.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass.
So, that much we know.
Ooh, I love the ambiance. Nice and creepy.
I'm really much expecting someone to react to John, because I immediately feel that he's not actually here. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but it just I know that the receptionist spoke of 2 people, but I'm just wondering, did he actually see and react to John, or was just like booked for 2 people and he just assumed that there's gonna be another person with Sherlock later or something? I need to rewatch that. I'm probably just imagining the whole thing, but how he just darts around the environment so unnatural.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
What happened here?
I don't know. The ghost. I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
But again, even that bit of, like, weirdness just tells me that John is not here. Like, he's such a comic whatever. Like, what is that? I found a guitar. Boom, boom, boom. Like, what? No. He's not here. He's imaginary. I'm telling you, he's imaginary. Never say that to American. They would lose it. Well, I will let them pick it up again, and I will tell them again. Any spirits here now?
Do you feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait.
Spirits are important.
I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But this stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
Seems like you're ready to delve into your mind palace, Sherry. I'm sure you'll make some good deductions.
Mind Palace. Clues, make a deduction, open the case, navigate Mind Palace, inside pair of the clues, okay. Doesn't seem like he's real since there was no reactions of him dropping the guitar. Yeah, that too. Like, no one reacts to his nonsense either. Like, no one has spoken to him, and dropping the guitar especially caused no reaction from anyone. He's obviously imaginary. And like, he does talk to him as John, but bear in mind, that's not John Watson. It cannot be John Watson. Because John Watson is like an Afghan... No, not Afghan. It depends on which era of Sherlock we're talking about. He's Afghan war in the modern one. He's... I forget which war in the canon old Sherlock, but a war veteran doctor or something, and then he meets Sherlock in the canon after the war as like a very adult man, not like a young man like there, and it doesn't add up. It just doesn't. That's John, but that's not the Dr. John Watson. It can't be. If he calls him Watson, I will just lose my shit right there. It can't be. Yuki Yuki. Mind Palace. The moth's pen. Luca owns a pen. Shape of a moth. Lady Craven faced the window. During this, Lady Craven faced the table was opposite the window into the courtyard. Lady pointed across the table. I think the... I wonder if the wife took it. Lord Craven punched the medium. What? The courtyard witness. Lady Craven was pointing at the window. I'm sure he saw someone in the courtyard during the seance. The UI is throwing me off. It's a bit different from the previous Sherlock games. It's less visually obvious how this works.
It seems there may have been an unexpected visitor outside the window.
It seems...
I hope it was the ghost of the Raja.
John? Shish. Also these. What was this?
Quite a display for the tremulous visitor.
Why were the
How can you
skulls...
not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
Uh-huh. Why were the skulls moving? It seemed so comedic.
Quite a display for the tremulous visitor.
Okay, apparently that's not an...
Was this covered on purpose?
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a seance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see. Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
My guy. I know he's supposed to be rude, but that's right. The feebleness of women, Jesus. There's like rude, and then there's unlikable asshole. Like, come on, my Jesus.
This hefty chair has nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
All evidence collected. Recently scratched, something stuck. Heel?
This looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
I'm reserving judgment. Use your keen eye to follow the trail.
Again, he's just like sitting in a pool. I don't know. I'm almost a little bit annoyed that it's so obvious he's not real. Like, it would have been a better reveal a little bit later if it was a little bit more like, you know, nuanced. He's so obviously imaginary. Okay, scratches, scratches, scratches. Exactly, yeah. I'm a little disappointed by that. Like, for a hot second I was joking, but then it was so obviously true. Like, I don't feel clever about figuring that out, you know? It's so obvious. To track someone's movements, first pin the relevant evidence to the screen, then enter concentration mode with RB to reveal the trail. The rock will enter the pass. Man, this user interface is really complicated. Really, really complicated. A honey plotter's note. Angie, it looks like the old man is losing it. His beehives are being ransacked, and his bees are going down one by one. I don't think there is much honey left in staying with the swarm, if you catch my drift. Meet me at the docks at noon. We'll do it together. Okay, can't ask him anything. Anyways, I'm head to bed. Got stuff to do. Well, 2 days gotta keep some sleep. Yeah, sleep is important. Absolutely. Have a good sleep, and thanks for being here, Fiji. Much appreciated. Genuinely. And thank you for the talk. Yeah, see, he just like teleports there the moment I open the door. Like, he's already there, And then he teleports back to the pool when I go to the other side of the thing there. Like, turn around, hop. See? Creepy Watson. But it's just creepy John instead. We solved the mystery. Man, I would have hoped that it would be a little bit less obvious. Okay, so someone in the courtyard. In that, press RB. Intuit the approximate. What a weird system. There you go. The placement is really, really specific and weird. It's so odd. Right. It took some time to actually, like, the user interface is really odd. It doesn't work very simply. Concentration, see the unseen. Yeah, concentration tracking, pinning evidence, concentration tracks, okay. Right. Like, I like the look though. It just it works very weirdly though. It's just it'll take me some getting used to. Thus far, I'm enjoying what I'm doing though, for sure. Oh, it is a shoe. Let me just check around right quick. Anything else? No. So okay, shoe. Shoe has a crest of a rose or something.
Rose d'Amour. All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
Damn.
Size 4 with a broken heel.
So, definitely not the ghost of a Raja? Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the other maids can help us find her.
But did the maid indeed run into the room to take the diamond? That's what I'm like is really?
Excuse me, just one question.
I have nothing to hide, sir, but I've never heard of this.
Huh? This maid was here before. Maybe she'll know something.
Excuse me, just one question.
You look like an honorable man.
Yay!
I have some information for
I'm an honorable man. I only think women are feeble. Like, what? Jesus. Ah! Someone in the courtyard. The staff said that Lucia got a scolding from the chief steward for wearing common shoes at work. She could be cleaning near the pictures upstairs now. New entry in John's diary. Okay, let's see. Also, question. When you say John's diary... So the imaginary friend writes a diary. Okay, cool. That is even more weird. Does Sherry use clues and deduction to determine who can answer his question, or is it merely luck? Either way, a great success. How does Sherry always know exactly what to do to get the answer? There are so many variables. Incredible. He did it. I should have bet on something more difficult, like finding the man with his eyes closed. Uh-huh.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Don't be angry, sir, but I truly don't know.
Well, not common shoes, at least not heelless ones. Well, see, he said common shoes. Like, do we mean like dirty or heelless or what? Near the pictures. It's not exactly pictures, but just...
May I ask you something?
Please, don't get angry, sir. But I know nothing about this, I swear to you.
Okay. That like a French African accent is actually kind of, I kind of like it. It has a note to it. It's very, it's, I find it like a cool exotic thing, if that makes sense. I kind of, you know, I think it's a beautiful accent. It has a mystique to it in a cool way. I hope that's not like an insensitive thing to say. I hope so. Cleaning near pictures. You? Are those common shoes or... I don't know. Hi.
Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
I am Groot. Yes. If I can avoid the lie option, I will.
A precious diamond was stolen during the seance. Lord Craven entrusted me with its recovery.
I'm sorry, sir, but we are forbidden to discuss the private matters of our guests.
Are you also forbidden from peeking into private rooms, Miss...
Saletta. Lucia Saletta, sir.
Tell me, Miss Saletta, what would your manager say if he knew you were spying on guests?
Oh, please, sir, don't tell him. I have a family. I need this work.
I won't, but only if you answer my questions truthfully. And don't play coy. I can tell.
What did you see in the room? Was James Bond in the room with you, and who was he played by?
Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. The medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost?
You heard whispers through the window.
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest. A glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did you... Yes! She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost. A sickly, evil thing.
I'm not really familiar with how the seances were hoaxed back in 1860, but the ectoplasm thing indeed is not an unheard of thing to add into the charade. So, you know.
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
You scared the poor girl, Sherry. Did she really deserve that?
We all got what we wanted. She talked. I stay silent.
Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
Okay. Seance room. Okie dokie, so let's go back and see if we can fix this thing. I thought I... Hold on. So it's showing the... Is that's a scene, or is there something really, really specifically important there? Let's see.
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest. Lord Craven remained here until the staff reported that the medium was locked in his room.
Uh-huh. Okay, what... Why? Oh! With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination to reconstruct the past. I like it. Interact with the node to begin, then recreate an accurate version of events. Here, try to place the seance participants in their correct positions. Okay. Oh! Now we're controlling John. John is our imaginary... Well, he is our imagination. I see. Lovely. Oh. Do I... Okay. Hold... Wait. Okay, now I'm... sure. The controls are confusing me a bit here. Hua! Sure. Okay, so I think this chair must be the girl. There you go. But... It's, again, this is a little hard to... I think that's what it is. Because Hoa leads the chair to go in here, right? The girl sees the maid in the window as such, so that leaves the medium boy here. Around the table, that's surely right.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up, ready to face anything, ghost or human. The medium shrank back in dismay. He was not expecting such a reaction and had to quickly hide the ghost. The lady was the only one left touching the diamond, at least until she fainted.
I feel like the... my first thought was the woman
Amazing. It's
took
like
it.
you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh,
Just-
I forgot that you were here. I guess I should discuss all of this with Lady Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room 226. It is one of our finest suites.
If the lady was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the ghost take it. What do you think it felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
Anyway, but it could be one of those cases where, like, you know, they live in a marriage where the man is like a... Well, the profile did say the man is, you know, squandering his money, but it could still mean that the lady is just not getting the simple things that she wants in life. So, well, you know, we are reserving judgment of whether or not anyone did something bad. I'm just suspecting her as a prime suspect of, and the motives remain unclear, and we could still be off. So we don't know. 2 to 5 was it? 6?
May I ask you something?
Apologies, sir, but I've never heard of it.
How dare you claim you've never heard of James Bond? That is just... That is a rude lie. Okay, that's not the one...
With skills like that, this biblical lady could get a job in Scotland Yard.
What? I'm not familiar with the painting. I'm kind of probably missing some context. I'm just like carrying a lantern. I don't know.
This painting looks authentic,
but it's just a talented imitation.
Right. I can't interact with the rest of the paintings, so... Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Lady Craven?
Oh! When you see an ear icon, hold A and try to filter out important words from useless chatter. Okay, but... Can I just re-instigate the thing?
Lady Craven is not who she says.
What actions by Lady Craven aroused suspicion in the maids? Made her husband drunk. Was on the lookout. Wait. Okay, hold on. I'm kind of confused because he stopped listening the moment I get into the menu. So I was like, I was waiting to hear actual speaking, and now it threw me off.
Lady Craven is not who she seems. Remember her behavior in the hall?
And then they say nothing anymore. Okay. That's weird. The chef steals food. No. What a... Man, these mechanics are weird. I've played every Sherlock Holmes game by these people. They work very differently. These mechanics are all new and all weird. I don't... What?
Lady Craven is not who she seems.
What a weird mechanic. I don't get it. Cannot use a fish knife? Really?
Did you catch that, Sherry? I didn't. Better listen more closely.
Lady Craven?
I don't... what? Sherlock struggled to eavesdrop on those people. I think they noticed us and worse, we didn't identify anything useful. I agree, the eavesdropping mechanic is bullshit. What the hell?
Remember her behavior in the hall?
I don't get it. So, like... fish knife? What? What? What do you mean fish knife? I overheard two staff members talking about Lady Craven. They gossiped that the woman may not be the wife of Lord Craven. By their observation, she was on the lookout during the evening while trying to get Lord Craven drunk. They also noticed that the lady was unsure of how to properly use the fish. Oh, okay. That is a really weird... I see what you... Okay, I see what you mean, but that's a leap, man. Okay, That's a really, really weird leap, though. I don't like... Alright. But again, like, it's just one weird thing. I just couldn't get into the headspace of that logic. It's just... That's just what it sometimes is. Like, it makes sense in retrospect, kinda, but the leap was very hard to do. Like, what?
You're here, at last. I didn't do that. I swear, I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Mr. Holmes, you said it yourself. They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You were the only one who can find the truth.
Probably right.
Fine, but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
Was Emma with you?
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting.
So, where did you go next?
Where did you go instead?
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
I see. And how long did you stay?
I partook of a well-earned whiskey or two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone there.
Been an hour? It hasn't been an hour, but okay.
Is Mr. Gallici still being held? And where did the servants secure him?
He's in room 225. But that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason. Now we arrive at the tragedy at hand. So what transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Oh, well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail cell. You must help me.
Let me see what I can find.
Barely an hour has passed, and you already have yourself a murder mystery, Sherlock. Why am I not surprised?
Okay, so a quick look around in here.
Someone was not happy with his post?
So it seems.
Someone was not happy with his post?
Okay, two of the same thing apparently. Oh, or not. Dear sir, I have to inform you that the theft investigation continues, however the ring has not yet been found. We had to free L.O. DuPont, the servant, as we were unable to find any evidence of his participation in the crime. We will inform you of any progress in this case. Lieutenant Gavreau, Marseille Police Commissariat. Ring? Okay. So, he has some experience in being a theft victim. Letter regarding compensation. Lord Craven, you promised me compensation for your gross misconduct in order to cover the cost of my treatment and quell the scandal. Yet I have not received a penny. You know that I lost my job after your false accusations. Now, even after my innocence has been proven, I can't return to work because of my hand injury. If you continue to ignore me, I shall be forced to appeal to the court. Okay. Oh, this thing again. Right. Having a look around. Okay, what's that? Too shallow. False.
A neat hiding place. Why would she conceal all of this? Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune.
Several £1,000s in that day's money is quite a fortune.
Fard Rouge Calomel Mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress.
Right. Ring.
Virtus Audacta Sapit. Courage tastes bold. A unique family motto.
Oh, and a moth again.
This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar.
That's not a moth, though. That's a butterfly, though.
A victim with a checkered past and poor taste.
Moth looks a little different. I didn't check what the previous one looked. It's kind of hard to get this to, like, there you go.
A remarkably simple lock.
Okay. Remarkably simple. Oh, and the medium is in the previous room. Uh-huh. I see. See, now that is important. Or in the next room, but still, yeah. Previous next, the adjacent.
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
That's cold. That is well cut.
This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted.
Every diamond is more or less forever tainted. They're basically blood diamonds all around anyway. Or otherwise just tainted with the notion of endless greed destroying humanity because diamonds are not as rare as they are claimed to be. Artificially kept expensive and so on.
Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched.
Do you think she stole the stone?
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
And well, I think the professional medium might have a bit of a connection to the whole event anyway, so. Okay, anything that I, nope, nope. Okay. Let's have a quick chat. Oh, provide evidence. The ring with moth design. I'm telling you, that's not a moth design. I've had a bit of a time with butterflies in my time. That's not a moth. That's a butterfly. That's a big difference.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? It's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the point, Mr. Holmes. I doubt I can help with this.
Okay, so do I need to, like, present my stuff like in Ace Attorney?
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
That sounds like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself were she not dead already.
No.
Do something about it, Holmes. Shh. I did not do it. You know that.
Okay. Then receptionist.
Give me the key to Luca Galici's room. I need to talk to him about the events of the séance.
I suppose you are an impartial outsider. All right, but please do not give it to Lord Craven. We do not want to see our reputation damaged further.
Awkward. They still don't know what a nasty surprise awaits upstairs.
Hush. No need to cause another ruckus. The last thing we want is the police to come meddling.
Again, interesting that, like, Sherlock tells... Clank, hi, welcome, glad to have you, hope you've had an excellent day. That Sherlock tells John to be shush about the ruckus upstairs. Like, does Sherlock not know? Huh. I mean, he did book the room for 2, but I imagine that it was kind of like a... almost like an eccentric, self-aware joke about having an... I don't know. Weird. Okie dokie. So... what do we have?
Someone is making the most of his stay.
Can you blame the man? I'd say he's not ordering enough.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Or weapons and defenses against visitors from the great beyond.
Uh-huh. And you just, you know, always go sitting in the most just sensible places, my guy. Letter of invitation. Dear Luca, I hope you will have time to visit our estate and perform another séance. Since I was able to speak to my husband through you, I feel that my life has changed completely. I cannot wait until I can speak to him again. I am anxious for your visit. Sincerely yours, Countess Lemore.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the séance table, but this time there's enough for analysis.
Some clues can be helped with chemical analysis. Open your casebook, highlight the evidence marked with a black start. Okay. Do I just like put it in my hand like it tastes like cyanide, yes. Field analysis, it's great. Yep, we just like, okay, I found this thing, and now I will just dip my fingers in it, just like, yes, it's just gonna go great. It's gonna be all perfect. Okay, so drag out 2 reagents, drag out an operation, link them to an operation, combine the result matches the target formula. Again, the user interface is so weird. I'm gonna learn it eventually, sure, but it's just so, again, unintuitive. Okay, so... Can... I don't... Wow, this is really not supposed to be this difficult. Like, this game is fun, but the menus make no sense. Like, none of this is... This is really interesting, because these people have been making Sherlock Holmes games for like 20 years. And all of a sudden they came up with like this complete like user interface of the same game that none of it makes any sense. Like, what? Still no. No, not good enough. I can't do... Why? I don't... Oh my god, really? Wow. That... like, it's... I have to imagine there's such a more simple way to do this, and it's so not explained. Oh my god. Jesus. Alright. The reaction shows that it is rubber latex mixed with phosphorus. As much as this chemical element is dangerous to hold in the mouth, I'm quite disappointed. I expected to find something trickier. Right.
My faith in this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
Okie dokie.
I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the seance, Mr. Galici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
Of course. I didn't take anything. And spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm.
Observe. Okie dokie. My guy is... bleeding nose. Yes, true. Trained in sleight of hand. Sure. Skinny, seems malnourished. Maybe, I don't know. Could be. Fresh scrapes, slightly bleeding. Don't mind me, I'm just checking every bit of it. It's important. Used a lot of makeup. Okay, Luca Galici's lean and appears malnourished. His nose is bleeding from a heavy punch. His hands and thin fingers are definitely those of a thief, trained in the delicate work of pickpocketing. He uses makeup to hide possible jail tattoos. Has fresh scratches and scrapes on his wrists from a recent and short fight. I believe he is more a criminal than a medium, and this is his new way of earning money by deceiving the wealthy. Or, Luca Galici is lean and appears malnourished. He's not been from a heavy punch. He uses makeup to hide the traces of his illness from malnourishment. His hands and thin fingers indicate that he is skilled at conjuring tricks used to manipulate concealed items. He has fresh scratches and scrapes on his wrists from a recent and short fight. I think he tries his best as a medium, but his business doesn't go well and he sometimes has to go without food. Well, oh boy. Like, I'm leaning towards thief, but I kind of, because I'm not sure if the tries to be a good medium. Does it involve the Marky? Hi, and thank you for the lurk. Does it involve the factoid of like being basically just a fraud? Like, does this mean, like, in the sense that he is a medium, in the sense that Sherlock knows that there are no mediums really, you know, or are, but they're not real. Therefore he's like an entertainer, and with the understanding that, you know, ghosts and stuff isn't real. I don't like what exactly does this really mean. But again, the hands of a thief is a big leap, I think. Like, people can, like, it said sleight of hand. Like, that's just as easily like an entertainer, you know? The makeup is the one thing that's the key, I think, and it's just a blind guess. Damn. I mean, he is lying about the concept of a ghost, but... So... The down on his luck thing and so on... The problem there is... I don't... Like, if he was down on his luck, right? And that's just it. Then how come he is all the way here? You know? Like, in this high and mighty hotel doing his thing. Like, if he was a down on his luck medium, he would be in like in a gutter, you know, urinating into the street and saying, "I see dead people." Whereas in the thief version, he is a thief that has, like, is in cahoots with the lady, or was, and sort of therefore through some sort of connections got like a showing here. That's what I'm leaning, but I don't... I don't know, like, the jail tattoos are a leap, but I also wouldn't know, like, you know, to hide malnourishment. I don't know.
I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. Spirits prefer clarity of mind and soul. Please, tell me.
Lady Craven died in the very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man. But I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well, you claim to be a medium. Perhaps you could ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk.
Okay, tell me about scratches.
Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff. It's just like, okay, so the ectoplasm for one.
Do you realize just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talents, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
The spirits are silent, and so am I.
Lord Craven's medium's testimony.
The spirits are silent, and so am I.
Not sure what else to, like...
Sorry, that's beyond my expertise.
I don't know about myself, yes.
Sorry, that's beyond my expertise. The spirits are silent.
I really don't know what
and
to...
And so am I. Sorry, that's beyond my expertise. This object simply isn't resonating with me. This object simply isn't resonating with me. Sorry, that's beyond my expertise.
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewelry.
Wait, where did he have the... I don't know, I'm confused again. Was it like in the chair where he was sitting, maybe? I don't know. Okay, Mind Palace, let's go. Ghosts of the Past. Okay, so the Ghosts of the Past is now this specific part of... okay, so it's like parts of a chapter or whatever. I don't know if, like, how I'll be able to, like... Will this specific case be, like, one video, or do I need to stop soon and do them in smaller parts or hack them into smaller pieces? We'll see. Because I'm doing a long vid here, I kind of don't like it. Okay, Luca owns a pin in the shape of a moth. Moth ring. Luca and Emma could have met before. Luca and Emma both have jewelry with the same moth design. It's a butterfly, not a moth, again. Moths have, like, a wider body, and the shape of the wings is just different. Like, moths don't have that kind of a, you know, butterfly wing. They're more like, it's really hard to explain what it looks like, but they don't have the kind of, like, a ornate kind of a shape. Not in the same way. They're more... How would I put this? It's not exactly, round or narrow either necessarily, but it's just... It has usually... not always, but usually slightly less... they're usually, like, wide and like, less... how would I... no. They're usually from their, like, main body out, they're long and more narrow, actually. That's a better way to put it. And butterflies have, like, the wide wings. That's how it usually goes. But especially the body. It's so narrow, it has to be a butterfly. Moths are much wider. Like, I don't know if I can if I can actually look at the thing anymore, but don't know. Yeah, you can't really look at the evidence. That's kind of lame. Like, that there's the notion of it, but there's no picture. I swear that's just it's a butterfly, not a moth. Anyway. Okay, so what did I get here? Lock-picked easily. Luca and Lord Craven were neighbors. The lock between the two hotel rooms was weak. Luca could pick it easily. That's true. Rough servant, seance theft. Lord Craven punched the medium. Luca's scratches were left by servants. While roughly escorting Luca to be locked in his room, the servants mistreated and scratched him. At least that's what he claims. It might, you know. Emma was strangled. And fresh scratches. Or Emma left the scratches on Luca's hands while fighting for her life. That's probably the more likely option. I'd like to take the... There you go. Seance theft. The themed thief framed the servant. No. The diamond was beside Emma. The murderer left the diamond. Whoever killed Emma left the diamond beside her body, or Lord Craven returned to the room just as Emma was hiding the diamond and caught her off guard. Again, either or. I don't... again, it could be turned around that it's in the end the Lord Craven again, but who knows? Lord Craven punched the medium. Compensation for abuse. Oh wait, hold on. Buttons, Jesus. Lord Craven is an unstable man who cannot manage his anger. Yeah, possible. Doesn't necessarily mean he killed anyone, though. Lord Craven was in the room with Emma. Emma was stealing from Lord Craven. Or the thief framed the servants. Okay, that's not a thing. Thief framed... Emma had a history of deceit. Emma was a thief, but made Lord Craven believe that the servants were stealing. She'd done it throughout the trip. That is true. That much we do, I believe, know. And... Luca could know Emma was a thief. If their paths had crossed in the past, Luca could well know of Emma's predilection for thievery. True. Luca could know Emma set him up. The medium Luca Gallici could have known that Emma was a thief, and that she was trying to frame him for her crime. True. For a hot minute I thought they were in cahoots from the beginning, but that actually makes more sense now, yeah. So Luca Gallici is the murderer. Emma tried to frame Luca, the medium, for her theft of the diamond. In revenge, he killed her. Bring Luca Gallici to justice. Luca Gallici is a murderer. He couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though he could have just told the police everything. Or help him escape. Luca fought for his life. Given his checkered past, if he were arrested, nothing could save him from a death sentence. And Emma knew it. I will not stop him from fleeing to start a new life. That is... Okay. But then the other option would be... Lord Craven was furious when he discovered that Emma had stolen from him. And... we're missing a little bit of something to... point the whole thing at the... Okay, hold on.
Do you always travel with your books, Mr. Gallici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
Right. So I'm missing something still.
Someone is making the most of his stay.
Okay,
I need to go.
I can accuse him. Is there something I missed in the previous room then still to just... It's just the same...
Someone was not happy with his post?
That again, it doesn't show up as anything. Oh. Frightened, affable aristocrat. I don't know, I'm not seeing anything obviously missing here.
So young and so dead. Another mystery to investigate, my friend.
And I already have all of the 5 things here. Okay. Lord Craven was in the room with Emma. But it seems like I'm missing one thing. Somehow. And I don't like it. I don't like...
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
Was in the room with...
Those are the sharp eyes of a man with a bright mind. Almost like mine.
And again, John just keeps teleporting everywhere. Ethiopian medium, nervous friendly. Uh-huh.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Damn.
I need to go.
I don't want to miss out on, like, a clue, and I kind of feel like I'm missing one. Because I can't accuse the guy. I mean, I do think the medium did it. Like, all even odds, that sounds like the answer, but... Curious Maid's testimony. Luca Galici. Right. But yeah, I'm missing something. And I just can't quite... Could the bartender maybe? Like he said he was... It's a long shot, I'll just give it a quick check. Yeah.
Isn't life too short to remain sober? Isn't life too short to remain sober?
Okay, maybe someone else can tell me about this.
Is this familiar to you?
Of course. Stop me when you've had enough.
I found a witness who advises that Lord Craven spent only a short time... There we go! There we go! We got there! Ah! Oh, goddamn. Found a witness who advises that Lord Craven spent only a short time in the bar after he left the seance room. Yes. Yes! All evident. There we go. That is detectiving. There. Only a short time, huh? Lord Craven had time to kill Emma. Or a window, but the murderer had time to kill Emma while Lord Craven was drinking downstairs. Both can be true. We're again with one of these games where both options are equally possible. At least seemingly so. Yes? I think the medium did it though, but... Redpool, hi, welcome. Glad to have you. Hope you've had an excellent day. So I think the medium did it, but... Okay, Lord Craven has problems with his temper, strangled Emma in a fit of rage when he found he was stealing from him. Bring Lord Craven to justice while Craven cannot control his temper and has the money and influence to escape punishment. I must bring him to justice. Mercy for Lord Craven. Craven fell prey to a professional criminal. Given Emma's checkered past, her killing was an act of self-defense. Your Honor, it was an act of self-defense. She had a jewel on her. I just, oh God, that's wow. That, oh Jesus, oh boy. Ah. Thank you, Redpool. 40.
Show love one, 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 show love one.
Show love one to you as well. Thank you so much. Ah, damn. Thank you. Oh my. Ah, wow. Thank you. Seriously. I didn't expect it to do that either, but there we are. For some reason it considered that like a special enough thing to be in the text form. I don't know why. But that's fine. It works. I like it. Okay, Lord Craven told me that to spend some time to find a witness advice. Okay, maybe, can we go and talk to Craven about that though? It was very funny, I agree. Oh, I can just accuse... Okay. Oh boy.
I am needed elsewhere.
So now I can just accuse either one. Oh man, okay. Now it gets tricky, huh? I don't think it's correct.
What's this? I have some leftover bits, so whoa.
Wow. Clank? My goodness. That is... Wow. Are you sure that instead of leftover bits, they were like a full, like a trunk of just like, just open up a suitcase and just like blows like light into your face, like 800. Damn. Thank you. Jesus. Wow. Man. God damn. Ooh. That is a big. Thank you. Wow. Mike. I don't know what to like. Like when I get to streaming, I expect that there's basic. Like I expect that nothing's ever gonna happen. I don't. Thank you, Jesus. Wow. Ooh. I'm trying to like. My brain is processing the notion. Like okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You got 1500 the other day and only used like 700. Damn, I am so just honored and taken aback by the notion that you decided to throw the rest of it in here. I don't know what else to say than seriously thank you. Damn. Wow. Okay, in the spirit of bits, let's see if we can solve the crime correctly. So I do think it's Luca Gallici, but okay, so from his reactions, it did seem like Okay, let's back up a little bit, okay? So, what do we know thus far? We do know that Emma did take the diamond. She's a jewel thief anyway. The butterfly ring and the butterfly brooch and the reaction of the medium anyway just sort of it does suggest. It doesn't prove that they knew each other. It's just a butterfly notion. Like it's a bit of a like. It's a bit of a vague connection. Like they just happen to have like a butterfly ring and a butterfly brooch. It doesn't necessarily, but his reaction was very like huh? Oh yes, a coincidence, yeah, haha. Like it was very like a, you know. He reacted like a person who knew. At least that's what I read from that, but you know. And also like the one thing though is that the diamond is still on the bed, though. Like, if Luca would have killed Emma, would he not have taken the diamond as well? So what was up with that? Like, why would the murderer not take the diamond if he... Let me go back into the... Hold on, let's just give it a quick... Like, there's... I'm actually curious that this spot is not, like, highlighted. Like, there's this dropped wine glass and everything. Also, if Craven would have attacked her, would he not have used the cane? He seems to be very fond of using that, and apparently he hasn't. Because strangled, not bludgeoned. The purse, he said, was turned around as if looked for stuff. Doesn't fit with the other jewels. Cheap ring. Oh, it's cheap and doesn't fit. That's true. Let me reread the... He claimed he spent some time in the bar. Find his Mr. laying on the bed, dead at the diamond close by here. Someone at the bar must have seen him. Ring with moth design. It doesn't. Lord Craven doesn't recognize the ring. He stunned and he never saw Miss Emma wearing it. Luca told me that the moth reminds him of his happy youth. Happy youth. Hidden jewels. File of money and family ring hidden in a secret stash amongst Emma's perfumes. Lord Craven was extremely annoyed when he saw this. He believed that all of them were stolen during the trip. He had many problems due to the scandals after the thefts. He has admitted that he'd kill Emma for such unfaithfulness if she weren't already dead. Emma lies dead, the body still won't came apart in shock. The bruises of the lady's neck showed it was strangled. Bed around her disarray. Fought for her life. Large diamond. Lord Craven convinced that one is stolen. Bag with the lady's belongings is open wide with everything strewn around as if it had been searched. The door between the rooms has cheap lock. Stolen ring. Theft investigation had to free. Unable. Right. When the spirit appeared, there was chaos. Lady Craven screamed. Right. I'm wondering about the purse, though. Like, why would Luca look open the... Oh, right. Because if Luca was... Okay. So, hold on. Let me just... Okay, so, let's assume, right? Hold on. Here. The medium Luca could have known that Emma was a thief and that she was trying to frame him for her crime, right? So, obviously leaving the diamond here would then be like a factoid that shows that Luca was not the thief, of course. That's why. Like, Luca went in to strangle Emma and then essentially upturned the purse to find the diamond. And like, yes, here it is. I'll leave it here. So the diamond is found next to her, so I wasn't the one who took it. That's the answer. That's gotta be the answer. It's a nasty situation because he was going to be arrested for theft probably, but although would probably not have been convicted if we assume that there needs to be actual, like, you know, proven beyond reasonable doubt, you know? So I think that's the thing. Like, if all of this adds up, we have a case where Emma is a really, really terrible person, but murder is murder, right? Damn. Man, ugh. Okay, so what happens if I just accuse? No? What happens then? What, like, because is that like different than just like? Because is it different than selecting this? Let's try.
Luca Gallici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
Okay, so there's all of these are pretty factual.
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I am... I don't know what you're talking about. How on earth can you believe this?
I think the police will easily find the proof when they browse their archives. Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
Sure.
Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
Confess!
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes, I killed her. I had to. This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I knew Emma before she was a lady. I mean, she pretended to be noble back then too. But only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink, all I suffered while she indulged. And I grabbed her throat.
Oh, well. I was kind of hoping that there wouldn't be a story quite that, I was hoping for a more clear good versus evil thing, because that makes her an even worse person. God damn. Okay. Let me back up then. So, Luca used to be belong into a gang. Apparently, from the little that he mentioned, at least the picture I'm getting is that they swindled people, like, you know, noble people, rich people, but none of that at least tells me that they were a violent kind of criminal. At least they could have been, but none of that at least tells me that yet. And currently, Luca is... I mean, all mediums are fake, yes? So him being a fake medium is not as such a crime. It's just, as far as I'm concerned, he's a charlatan entertainer, as all of the mediums are. That is, it's a profession that it's morally kind of iffy because it does trick people. For money. But it looks like he seems to target only people who are really rich. Like the one note we got was the Comtesse whatever. Or Count, you know. And now these. So... The crimes before this murder were not violent, if that makes any difference, apparently, then, but... Oh, man. I can really kind of... Damn. Because if what he tells me is true, and provided that that is the motive he has, it probably is, at least from his perspective, that indeed Emma betrayed them into jail to ruin their lives and then just take all of the money and live large at their expense as they all rotted in jail instead of her. Oh, God. And now she was about to do that again to him. And according to him, he did try to plead about it, but quote-unquote laughed in his face. Oh, man. Because, see, I have a decent amount of personal history with really, really, really ruthless people who treat you like garbage and destroy your life. I'm trying to, like, could he have tried to go to the police? Yeah. But we're in 1860, and he is a black medium from Ethiopia. Like, within that context, would the police have believed him? I mean, in this scenario, the murder wouldn't have happened, obviously. But I mean, about, like, the frame job and the stuff about the diamond. Especially when the Lord Craven would have been accusing him all the time anyway. God damn. I might be a terrible person, but I'm leaning toward giving him a chance. God damn, this sucks. Because there's a really special kind of evil in stealing stuff from people and then framing other people for it, and then living large with the money you get while the people you frame rot in jail. In 1860 jail. Like, that is a special kind of evil, you know? Damn. I'm not condoning murder, but out of these two options, though, I don't know. But what happens, like, do we just, like... Okay, I don't know who killed him, killed her, it must have been the wind! And, you know, like, what happens then if we don't, like... Damn. Alright. I guess we'll just...
You already suffered at Miss Emma's hands once. I'm not convinced you deserve to suffer again. I can't help but notice the window latch seems faulty. Perhaps I should leave you here alone and fetch someone. I'm afraid it may take me some time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The police won't notice your disappearance immediately. Run, leave Cordona, and try to lead a decent life.
I won't forget your kindness. I owe you everything, Mr. Holmes.
Stop wasting time. Run.
I'm not happy about either
Mr.
option.
Gallicci. Don't make it worse. We know you're in there.
Imbeciles, why are you dawdling? Step aside.
Hooah! Hooah! Case solved, though. There we
That
are.
was too much fun, Sherry. I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything.
Maybe.
Even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
To solve crimes, and also John was like literally inside a dream catcher, like it's just hint, you know. All right, Ghost of the Past, case complete. Cool, lovely. All right, cool. So long video, but I feel like maybe I can do case by case. It's a long shot to try that, but cool. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed. It took me a bit of a long time here, but I think it was worth it. So thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye. And like and subscribe. Yes, important.